You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. What's going on, Sky Squad? We are back in the building, back in the regular building, I should say. A little bit jet lag, but still here nonetheless. When you hop into the room, yes, we indeed are live. Y'all let us know where you're watching from. I'll be managing the chat. And make sure you like the video when you come into the room. Like it. Like, show us some love. You know what I'm saying? Give it some life, you know? Let's dive in. We got some things to talk about. Houston is in the building. Let me put the chat on the screen so you guys can see where all our fam is watching from. Also, as you guys know, don't say nothing crazy in the chat because, you know, your words are on the screen. So we want to try to keep things as clean as possible around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be adults, you know? So with that being said, let's get into the biz naive. I wanted to talk about this real quick first because we're still kind of in the realm of Housewives of Atlanta finale. And, you know, we talked a little bit about Kenya and we talked a bit about Shamea. And, you know, I'm assuming that this happened maybe either, I don't know if it was today or yesterday. My mind is still is a blur. Okay. It's a complete blur. But I would assume that this is probably from Kandi's Amazon Live. You know, she does the Amazon Lives where she promotes the products. Side note, did you guys know that you too can actually do your own Amazon Lives if you are an Amazon influencer and all you need to do is apply to become one? So if you're looking to make some extra coin, that is just one way to do it. Okay. Don't say I never gave y'all no tips. Okay. And honestly, as much as I said, some of y'all still not going to follow the advice. But for those that do, run with it. Okay. Kandi basically is advising Shamea, similar to what we advised Shamea, similar to what Cynthia advised Shamea, similar to what Andy advised Shamea. Just be honest and truthful and transparent about how you feel instead of pretending that everything is okay. That's the bottom line. Clearly, still holding on to issues from way back when and maybe ashamed of having those feelings. But at the end of the day, your feelings are valid. That's how you feel, even if it is 9-10 years later. Okay. With regards to Porsha and the congratulations of it all, you know, if Shamea found out that she was a housewife in February, March, and Porsha sends her congratulations flowers in May, yeah, it does seem a little crazy. But I think what also needs to kind of come into play here is, you know, we grown at this point, right? And so if somebody if one of my friends don't congratulate me on my accomplishment, I mean, I look at it like this. I'm not going to beg you for congratulations. You don't want to congratulate me, you don't congratulate me. Okay, cool. That is what it is. I mean, I see it. Cool. You ain't got to do that. I'm congratulating myself. I got my family, my friends. I don't need your congratulations. I don't need them. So act how you want to act. That's just my thoughts on it. That's all I got to say about it. Kandi confirms that Shamea is still on the roster to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 17, but that she told Shamea, you don't need that show. As I stated on my review, Shamea, you don't need this show. You got your coin, you got your man, you got your family. You know, like, what's the purpose? You can go off and make your own music. You know all the people in Atlanta. If that's what you want to do, just run off and do that. I mean, at the end of the day, these types of shows, you got a good marriage thing going. Girl, don't press the issue. Because next, now that they done found out that Charles ain't to be played with, who you think they're coming for next? Happens on every show. Happens on every single show. So Shamea, I will go ahead and say toodles. Toodles. Toodles to you. All right? Because at the end of the day, girl, they coming for you. Ain't they though? They are coming for you. You got to know it. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why he didn't want to do that show. In my mind. I'm sure he wants to support her, but I mean, I don't see the value in doing it for her, right? Knowing what the lifestyle is really like, I don't see the value in doing it. Ever since you've been on this show, your name been besmirched, girl. Your name has been besmirched, even as a friend. Look at you now. You better go on that vacation. And don't come back. Go on that vacation and don't come back, girl. Don't do it. You know, somebody else who is constantly fleeing the scene. Jackie Christie. Yeah. You know, I don't know if there was an episode in this season where she did not flee the scene. If it was, I can't recall. Maybe she didn't leave none of the scenes in. Maybe she did. I don't remember. Down when they were in Vegas. Did she? I don't know. What I do know is she been fleeing the scene ever since they got back. She fled the scene today. Well, in last night's episode. Yeah. Didn't even show up to the finale party. She showed up just enough in this episode to try to cause some drama. Some weird drama. Some drama out of nowhere. Somebody said, run, Jackie, run. She be fleeing the scene. I mean, it boggles my mind. And they just be letting her get away with it. If Jackie don't want to talk about nothing, she don't talk about it. She avoids conversations. As much as I love Jackie, that is annoying to me. It's annoying to me as a viewer. It's got to be annoying as a cast member. And I for sure would believe that it's annoying as a production person. You can't never get no resolve because, woman, you won't talk about the issue. She is a runner and indeed a track star. What are we talking about? We're talking about Basketball Wives for those of you guys who may be dangling on the fence of like what it is that we're discussing. Basketball Wives season 12, episode 12. I should say 12A, maybe, from what we hear. It's called Threesome 2-1 Action. The women process fallout from Hawaii, Tai and Ming drama and rumors of a new romance within the group overshadow Jennifer's movie preview. All right, so let's just discuss it. The ladies leave Hawaii in the aftermath of the Jackie mollywopping Chantel from last week. The great mollywopping of 2025 occurred last Monday night, and we have been sort of talking about it all week long, right? It has spilled over into all sorts of shenanigans, and you're right, nothing gets resolved. All right. So, with that being said, where are we with everyone? Everybody disperses. Brandy runs home to Texas. I'm assuming that's where she actually lives in real life. And the rest of the girls are left to sort of try to piece together what actually happened. In an odd twist of events, Tai meets with Evelyn and Jennifer, who really don't like each other at this point, but they are still meeting because Tai wants to meet with the OGs to figure out what's going on. I don't really know what this meeting was supposed to accomplish other than maybe Tai really finding out the tea of what really happened. But I mean, there's nothing major that comes out of this other than, Jennifer is going to go and meet up with Jackie herself to try to get some answers and to make sure that Jackie is going to show up at her movie screening. So Jennifer has the movie Shattered that, I mean, sometimes I'll be feeling like, why, girl, Jennifer, it takes ages for these projects to come out, right? Because we've been talking about this for a while. And I actually want to see it. So Jennifer goes over to visit Jackie to ask her, girl, what happened with you and your daughter? And Jackie's like, oh, girl, I got to use the bathroom. Oh, my God, I got to go. Like, Jackie, you going to leave your own apartment? Okay, fine. But before all that happens, Jackie must drop some bombs on Jennifer. Some random man has rolled up to Jackie and told Jackie that Brandy and Ming are having threesomes, mind you, threesomes, and that Brandy is out here cheating on Jason. My problem with this whole story, outside of it being completely unbelievable, is the fact that, similar to the finale of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, we now have some other person who is outside of the realm of the show bringing back alleged tea about some affair that has seemingly happened off camera that we have not seen, and is supposed to be this smoking gun that is going to make all of the cast explode. It feels unoriginal at this point to me. And it was indeed Alejandra. It was it Junebug? We have to wonder. Was it indeed Junebug that has now dropped off information in Jackie's lab? It must have been. Whoever Junebug really is. We still don't know who Junebug is. So, yeah, Junebug has dropped off some tea to Jackie. Jackie has dropped it off to Jennifer. Jennifer, oddly, goes and tells JJ Fad. Versus calling Brandy and saying, hey, Brandy, let me tell you what Jackie said. Jennifer will later say that this seems so unbelievable that she didn't even think to tell Brandy. But you thought enough to tell JJ Fad. For those of you guys who may be new here and wondering who JJ Fad is, JJ Fad would be the little three. That would be Chantel, that would be Brittany, and that would be Denise. Little Women. The little three. JJ Fad, if you will. Not quite Destiny's Child. Not quite Salt and Pepper. Not bad. but just JJ Fad, JJ Fad JJ Fad had a hit or two, you know? But they ain't worked their way up to Oaktown 357 quite yet, right? They getting there. Maybe they'll get there. I don't know. Because Denise, girl, you in danger. I don't even think they gave Denise a closing credit. I don't even think they followed Denise out the building like they did everybody else. Did y'all notice that? Po Denise. We ain't even get to know you good. Oh well. Oh well. Maybe 30W, someone says. Let's take a vote. Who are they? Meanwhile, actually, who are they? Like, who are they? Who are these ladies? We barely know. It's just weird to me, like that Jennifer would choose to go in that direction. Not that she would go and hang out with 30W, but moreover that she would tell them the tea that about Brandy and Ming and the affairs and whatnot. And for them, they're just very much like, oh my God, we're happy to be together. And we're happy now you're with us because you're the big sister almighty to us that we thought that the other ladies would be, but they're not. So we thank you for your services, Jennifer, and we're happy that you're here. We get the news that Chantel spills a bit more tea about Jackie and Doug, that Jackie and Doug are not allegedly, let me put the alleged badge up here because Jackie, do not come and try to sue me, okay? Because I did not say this, Jackie. Don't even try it, Jackie. Jackie Marie Christie, don't try it. All right. I know that at one point in time you had posted about, some legal things with the people that was talking about your marriage, but now it was coming from your daughter and it was on the show. So I got to talk about what she has said. All right. Chantel, Jackie's daughter, said that marriage ain't what Jackie is trying to portray it to be. And that is, she basically insinuates that Jackie's marriage is on the rocks. Let me say this. This is for Chantel. Because when you throw that grenade, you do realize it's not just hitting your mom, but it's hitting Mr. Doug too. Have you thought that one through? So I don't see Doug Christie around like in the interviews talking about his marriage or nothing like that. Unless he don't really care, unless Jackie putting up this crazy front for everybody else. But I would think that if that were the case, like he's catching a stray when you're dropping that grenade. So I don't know what to believe. All I know is that Chantel is blowing up Jackie's entire spot. And quite frankly, the image of the family, aside from the image that we've already had of what Jackie is supposedly like as a mother to either Takari and or Chantel and Dougie. So I don't know. I don't know. But Brittany is just too thrilled with this tea. She can barely contain herself because to her, Jackie is a representation of her own mother for whom she has major issues of some sort that we really don't know that much about. And production could barely be bothered to really give us that much more tea on. So here we are. Next. Okay. Ming Tai, Jackie, and Ming, Tai, Jackie, and Brandy are literally the only people that are going to be showing up at Jennifer's event for her movie. But we do get the return, for those of you guys who are Christian fans, we do get the return of Christian, her husband. He is back and in full effect. You know, it's interesting seeing Jennifer maneuver on the show with him, and then it's interesting seeing Jennifer maneuver on the show without him. Maybe because does he have the bigger personality out of the two? Is that what I'm sensing? Somebody could. There's a feeling that I got seeing him on the screen with her after the absence of seeing him for so long. And there's a part of me that feels like he overshadows her. This is kind of what I felt, and I don't know why I felt it. I couldn't quite put it into words, Crystal, because I wasn't really gonna even address it until I started just talking right now. And I'm like, there was a feeling that I got, and I don't know if it was just that maybe he's a maybe that's it. Maybe he has the salesman personality. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what it is that I'm picking up. Like I don't know. But he just seems like there's something. It's not competition. It's just for some reason he just seems so much more. And I feel like I'm supposed to be focusing on Jennifer, but it almost seems like he's just a lot. I mean, and again, that just could be his personality. I don't know. I did miss the super chat from Simply Shamar. Says Jackie and Evelyn are in that protected class since they are the faces of the franchise, so they can get away with anything. That's kind of how it feels. Although I would say that it almost seems like at times maybe this season Jackie has gotten away with quite a bit more than Evelyn. I mean, I feel like the girls have been holding Evelyn to the fire this season, and Evelyn has in general been kind of standing in that fire, except for the very end, in which we'll talk about that later, because that Evelyn Jackie comparison that production did was very interesting. It was very interesting. Lily says he's charismatic and she's a little dry and boring. RD Barnes says Jackie got a good edit this season. Daughter. So anyway, y'all, these are just my observations. Also, too, I am jet lagged, so if my energy seems low, just work with me. But I'm also thinking through with my jet lag brain what my thoughts are about the episode, because I literally just watched it. So work with me. You know what I'm saying? Just work with me. Okay, so there is that. There's my thought about Christian and Jennifer. We do see a little bit of the production. I have to reserve my full thoughts on it because listen, you know, when I produce my first production, y'all, and it's coming. At some point, y'all know it's coming. You got to know it's coming. I don't know how I know, but I know it is. I believe it. I see it in my mind. It's likely going to be based on these books, but it's coming. Okay? And so I kind of just want to reserve judgment on the full picture until I see it, because I feel like it's her first true movie that she's producing. So I'm interested in seeing it. I want to see the nuances of it and how it plays out. You know, and quite frankly, I mean, we've seen varying degrees of success with movies that we probably, some of us feel like, have not been made very well. So it just depends on whose name might be attached to it. Okay. Okay. Now, at this event, Jackie is approached by Tai about, hey, what happened with you and Chantel? Oh my God, I forgot to eat my food. Oh my God, I'm gonna go get some drinks and a plate of food. Tai, do you want something from over there? Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna yeah, okay. So I don't know a Chantel. Who is a Chantel? I gotta go. Bye. And so Jackie is yet again allowed to flee the scene like a robber, like cops and robbers. And Tai is too stunned to really do much. So whatever. One cast member down. So it's only 3 left at Jen's event. So then Tai and Ming, it's time for them to hash out their issues. One thing that their issues this was probably the most real it felt to me in this moment. It felt like Tai was genuinely hurt by Ming getting this tattoo of this man that she barely knows, that she also claims that she is not with. I actually have grown to like Ming on this show. Oddly enough, even though I still feel like she's very Atlanta, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. She's not quite Brooke, who it feels like is the replacement for, but she does have a different energy that I'm okay with at the moment because I'm loving her mother. Who is Miss Mama and where has she been? I don't know about y'all, but Miss Mama needs to be all up and through season 12B. Ming, you have made up for anything that you did wrong earlier in the season that may have seemed slightly less than believable with you and Tai, because your mama has come on through like a wrecking ball, and I want to know more. I want to know who she is, why she is, where she come from, and when is she coming back. She had that type of energy on the screen. I said, "Oh no, y'all are not gonna throw Miss Mama up in here in the last episode. Y'all, this better not be the last we done seen of Miss Mama, because Miss Mama could be the show. Miss Mama could be the show. If you gonna have Chantel and Jackie, now you got to have Ming and Mama. Period. Mama was." And the bad thing about it is, Mama had a good old drink in her hand. Didn't care nothing about what was going on. But before we get to Miss Mama, all right, Ming and Tai get to cursing each other out. I mean, they going ham on each other, calling each other bees and hoes, okay, before Ming decides that she's going to storm off. I said, "Oh, y'all look like, I mean, this might have, y'all might have been the real lovers that Drew allegedly broke up." Speaking of that, now Mama, we get a true introduction when Mama wants to have Tai come to Ming's finale event. So Mama needs to bring Ming and Tai back together again in some way, shape, or form after they called each other bees and hoes. Yeah. And so, Mama loves Miss Mama loves Tai. Okay. So Miss Mama is like, "What do we got to do to get you at the event? But did you call my daughter a hoe?" Tai apologizes for calling her a hoe. And Miss Mama and then it gets into, well, you was on the phone with, they don't say her name, but we're gonna say it, Drew Sidor, for allegedly 365,000, 500, 3,000 minutes, however long they was on the phone during that period of time. Okay, all the millions of minutes, whatever. Okay, they was on the phone for 1,000,000 minutes. Now, one of the things Miss Mama wants to know is, Tai, was you banging Drew? Tell us the truth. Give us the tea. Was you banging Drew? Now, Tai For me, the only answer to that question is absolutely not. I was not banging that woman while she's still married to that man in the basement. Absolutely not. Oh no. Oh no. No. Mm-mm. I did not have relations with that woman. That's the only answer. That's the only right answer to that question. But you know what Ty says is, Ty says, I'm not going to answer that. What? What? You're not going to answer it? You might as well have said yes, baby. Ty, you might as well have said yes. I was all up in that cooter. You might as well have said that. You might as well have said I smacked it, flipped it, rubbed it down like the like button on this video. That's what you might as well have said, Ty. I liked it. I loved it. I want some more of it. That's what I heard in my mind. Now we looking at you crazy. Oh, you can't say no. So it must be yes. Miss Mama don't care. Miss Mama's more concerned with who's a hoe. Ming, you might be a hoe. I don't know. Who cares? Mama don't care. Everybody's a hoe to Mama. All Mama wants to do is, girl, come on to this event so Ming can play up in your hair. Not the checkmate. Oh God. I swear that whole combination of scenes was funny. Miss Mama getting up at Ming's event was funny for them curling irons. It's probably me because I don't really know much about what Ming does. I know she's big in the hair beauty industry, right? And so we're gonna give her props for that, right? But it was something about the event being about curling irons that just threw me off for some reason. She was like, we've got an inventory of 1 million curling irons. We've got more curling irons than you spent on the phone in minutes with Drew. Like, how are we gonna? This event needs to go off without a hitch. I got it. Let me curl your hair, Ty. I know you called me a hoe, but still, we're gonna make this into a moment. I know you didn't say no about the Drew thing, so yeah, I gotta kind of figure. I'm left to wonder: did they or did they? I don't know. Did she cheat on me or not? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Am I a hoe? I don't know. What I do know is we got to sell these curlers. Okay, so you're gonna let me play in your hair. Capiche? All right. So, that's all Mama cares about is getting to the bag. Good for you, Mama. Somebody got to keep this train moving, because Lord knows Jackie ain't doing it. Just in the mama role on the show, okay? Because Jackie can't be bothered to show up to this event. I am annoyed by the way they tried to fake it like she was actually on her way there. VH1, y'all was not slick with that. I knew she wasn't going. I knew it. The moment we saw her in that car. Jackie had on a scarf and what looks like some type of fur. That lady was going back to Sacramento. That lady won't go into that event. We knew that. That lady was leaving. She was. She's not coming. Anyway, nobody at the event can be bothered to care because there's other things to talk about. So Evelyn arrives. Brandy is mad because, well, she has heard from Evelyn and Ming about the threesome that Junebug has allegedly put into Jackie's ear, that Jennifer then ran and told JJ Fad 3LW, and then also told Ming and Ty of the hoe or not hoe variety and didn't tell her. But to be quite honest with you, if she did have a little wing ding with Ming, then I mean, I don't think nobody would be much blaming her because he also had some wingdings with other people. So at the end of the day, wingdings for everybody, you know. So I mean, I just don't. I mean, if I was Brandy, I'd be smirking. Let him think I did it. She should pull a tie. I don't know if I did it or not. I'm not gonna say. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not gonna say. Mm-mm. I don't know. Maybe me and Ming did do some wingdings. I don't know. Jason, you guess. And maybe we was with Ty too, and Evelyn, because Evelyn want to be in on action. Meanwhile, Brandy, Evelyn are on one side of the event. When JJ Fad rolls in, they are banished to the left kingdom, to the right kingdom, to the right. They're on the right couch, along with their new mentor, Jennifer Williams. Yes, yes, indeed. Jennifer has turned into Mama Tina Knowles for 3LW over here, and the rest of the girls are the other OGs are relegated to this other side of the house. Tai enters in her ponytail just in time enough to have Ming call her to the stage, play in her hair, and curl her hair with the curling irons. Ming's mama swoops in her long cloak and cape combo and takes over the stage, throwing this sheet around. I don't even know from whence she got the mic because she just stormed the stage as Ming is curling her once lover's hair, sprucing it up a little bit, giving Ty the body, you know what I'm saying? Body in the hair. The hair is going whipping back and forth and whatnot. It did look good. I ain't gonna lie. It did look good. So, but it just made me wonder, why would you then, Ty, go back and put this ponytail back in? Ming spent all that time up on stage playing up in your hair, curling up your hair and poofing it up to the guys, giving you that Farrah Fawcett, only for you to then yank that thing back into that plain Jane ponytail. No, ma'am. You were supposed to rock that. You were supposed to rock that Farrah Fawcett all up and through that thing. You was. How you gonna disrespect her and slap that ponytail back in like that? That was crazy to me. So, in true finale fashion, it's time for the group to converge. 3LW converges with low vibrationals. All right. That's what's going on right now. But before we get to that, Brandy needs to confront Jennifer about why she told everybody else about what Jackie said about her alleged affair with Ming and the man. Some man, somebody, some other random person who was told by Jackie, maybe Junebug, we don't know, who then told Jennifer, who then told everybody else but Brandy. And when Brandy confronts her, Jennifer is like, well, it was Jackie that was saying it, so I just didn't think to tell you. I just thought I would tell everybody else instead of you. But don't you talk about my man, okay? Because I will take you out if you talk about Christian. Don't you do it. But yes, I will tell everybody else what Jackie said about you that some random stranger told her. Sure. Because it's Jackie. Who took it seriously? But I thought it was funny. Anyway, Brandy is none too pleased with her. And, you know, Jennifer's like, who cares about all that? Girl, y'all don't know. Brittany think y'all low vibrational. Why anybody in that group would care what in the world Brittany thinks about them when half the people think that she is cosplaying right now in the garb. Okay, let's just call a thing a thing. That's what the people thinking. Everybody, that's what the people are thinking. So, is you or is you not? What is you today? That's really good. That's really what we got to ask. Okay, what are you today? You know, and where are you on your walk today? Now, granted, we all on a walk, and sometimes we fall short of that. But I think for Brittany, it just feels a little disingenuous. But I'm just saying that's how it comes across, you know? And so as Evelyn confronts her about, girl, you can't even accurately articulate why it is that you don't like me at this point in time. So what is your reason for your beef? And so then Brittany, in true Brittany fashion, there is not a word of prayer for Evelyn. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. It is, you're a B. You're a B. Evelyn's like, but you walking this walk. How's that going right now? And then Brittany does this. What are who can judge me but God? Is your opinion better than God's? It was like the weirdest little kid having a tantrum that I have ever seen in my life. It looked like Evelyn was chastising her child who was acting out in the supermarket. That's what it looked like in that moment. And it's like Evelyn is saying, girl, get your hands off of that cereal. And she is screaming about God. And it's like, girl, maybe you should drop down and pray right now, because you need to be talking to God, not talking to her while you're screaming at this in this moment. It was so odd to me. It was so very odd. And at that point, now I ain't gonna lie, initially when she said it, okay, I was like, ooh, she didn't got you that good, Evelyn. Because she tells Evelyn, I can't respect no 50-year-old who's on OnlyFans. And, that would be a read. It could be a read. It is a read. But my God, Evelyn said to the people that she make more money on the OnlyFans than she do on that show. So when I does the calculations about my bank account, if you coming for me about some things that I'm doing on the OnlyFans, and my check is $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 a month for OnlyFans, I don't know what it could be. I don't know, or I don't know what it is. But if you telling me you coming for me, and I'm putting money in the bank, and I'm sleeping good and I'm eating good, girl. You was out here doing those things for free. So who's really losing in this situation is basically Evelyn's response. You was sucking a hundred things for free. You ain't got nothing to show for it. And to that, Brittany says, get it right, girl. It was only 36. Well, thank you for clarifying that. Not as many minutes as Tai and Drew was on the phone. A little less. Meanwhile, that fizzles out and it really goes nowhere, because I don't even know what they're mad at. I don't know what Brittany's mad at Evelyn about. She's never really seemingly really articulated, other than that she equates Evelyn to Jackie in some weird way. And for me, if Brittany is thinking that these two ladies are the source of the low vibrations, I would really think that, I guess for me, Brittany never seems to know what show she's on. And we seem to be running into this quite a bit this year, with people joining shows and maybe they don't really know what they're joining when they join it. And I'm like, it's crazy to me, because these shows have been in existence for years. Basketball Wives, at least 15 years, maybe at this point, because we know that they had the Miami version and now we have the LA version that has now been converged into one version. So, my God, we've got about a decade and some change into these shows, and some of these people who are joining these shows still don't understand what happens on these shows. You thought that you were coming. I can't believe it. I can't believe it that you thought that this was the sister circle. That's what you thought this was. You thought that you was jumping on sister circle. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No. Sister circle is no longer. So unless you are trying to join the sister circle, then girl, you're on the wrong show. Okay? So let's just work that through now. There's going to be a little bit. And here's the thing about the situation with Brittany. This is the thing that I feel like I don't get with her. Is in every episode, when you are irritated, you go to the depths, the bottom. I mean, you go to the pits in your rage voice, screaming and growling at people. But your mentor, Jennifer, your new mentor, Miss Tina Knowles to you, manages to handle drama with a level of grace and class. So you literally have a metric by which to measure how to do this thing, whether it is low vibrational or not. Jennifer, which you will notice since she is your new mentor, never comes out of her character. You can say what you want about Jennifer. You could call her weak. You can say whatever you want. But the thing that I feel like I respect the most about Jennifer is that she has not come out of her character. Now, might she have said some things or done some things and gossiped and whatnot and whoop-de-woo? Absolutely. But what you don't see is you don't see her growling, okay, every time she has a confrontation with somebody. You don't see it. Nor do you see her running from people. You don't see it. The girl stands in it. She deals with the chaos and she keeps her crown on. So, to be quite honest with you, you are a part of the low vibration because you are vibrating low. And it doesn't take you very long to get low. So maybe you should learn more about how to not get low when other people are going low, because that's called life. So we got some growing to do. And I'm not just talking about in religion, I'm talking about as a person. All right. So I think we can leave it there with Brittany. She has some things to learn. I think that she's interesting. She has an interesting story, but she's annoying. And I think she would be a little less annoying either to me. Stand in your low vibration because you are exhibiting a lot of low vibration, and stop trying to act like you are holier than thou when you are able to really get low with the best of them, or elevate yourself. Move differently. It's on you at this point. It is on you. And finally, as people are dispersing, the elephant in the room is Chantel says something that I think is very interesting for her to say. She says of Jackie Christie, look who's here and look who's not. And I hate to say it, but Jackie, how you let your daughter run you off your own show? How, Jackie? That annoyed me. That took me out a little bit. Because, I mean, as much as I didn't want it to be true, there's some truth to what Chantel said there. I said, well, good Lord, she right. Jackie been run off by the people. By her own daughter at that. And by the little three. Oh, I never thought I'd see today. I never thought I'd see today. But here we are. Where do we go from here? I don't know. What I do know is for the new season, should Jackie choose to come back, there has to be a provision in her contract clause that provides that she cannot run away from every scene in this show. When she is confronted, girl, you got to start talking. And that's it. That's it. That's where we at with it, you know? Now, I'm interested in seeing next season. I'm gonna be watching it. Let me tell y'all something. For a lot of people out there, and I'm gonna say this, a lot of people was like, they should just cancel this show. They should just cancel this show. I ain't watching this show. It was all anybody could talk about last week. It was all anybody could talk about this week. So I want that to be a lesson to y'all. Stop saying that. What you should say is, I'm not going to watch that show anymore, but I'll watch a review. Now, I love when y'all say that. Okay, because that tells me, oh, I can't sit through the show, but I want to hear what's going on. That's truthful. I respect that. But to the people that say, they should just cancel that show. Why? Why are you trying to take away some fun for the rest of us? No, you turn the TV off in your own home. How about that? That's what you need to do. If you don't want to see a show, why would you interact with content that you don't like? That's nonsensical to me. I don't look at things I don't like. If I see it pop up on my screen and I don't like it, I mute it and I put it off my thing and it don't never come back. Why would you stress yourself in that way? That's a problem. That is a serious problem. Whew. Well, I got that out of my system. Listen, y'all, make sure you like this video. Hopefully you'll come back. If you don't like the show, definitely continue to watch me and we'll continue to chop it up because I love you. I want you to be back here all the time, every day, day and night and day. Okay. I don't know what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks. I mean, a month, because all that's left on TV right now is Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, oh my God. What else? Oh my God. Nothing's on. Oh my God. All the shows gone. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna continue to talk about those shows, but y'all know, I mean, I like it when it's a bunch of shows on. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something to talk about every other day. You know. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going back to, I need to give me some rest. This took a lot out of me. Woo, I'm still jet lagged. So y'all know I love y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.